My gosh, Michael, wow, look.
We're in the home of the enemy, Kathleen.
Michael,
We're 1,000 years,
just
Kathleen.
enjoy your holiday, Michael.
Cameron and Trace, I'm in.
Michael, there's no need. There's no need for any
Go
of
away,
this.
Jay.
Michael, what?
Come on, people, I can dance.
Michael!
Come on, you cunts.
All right, so we're gonna get back into this.
Yeah,
So the other question I wanted to ask before anybody else asks, I wanted to ask it's like mental health situation is happening in everybody's daily life, and being in the lockdown for over, I don't know if it's over or almost a year, I forgot, because I'm just
here.
I'm just starting to get like the norm, the new norm now, you know, as in how can it help like kids, especially, you know, they're just turning 18 and they obviously want to go out to club with their friends, and they can't do that at the moment. They basically going into adulthood in the pandemic. How would you help someone like that?
I couldn't even begin to imagine what it'd be like, because when I was like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, I was out. I did pubs and clubs. Yeah, I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like and what toll that is going to take on them mentally. And, you know, when you're going to see that come to the surface. Because a lot of things with mental health, they bubble up until a few years after the actual effect of the trauma. So you don't we can't even begin to imagine what's going to happen 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And we already have a mental health crisis in this country when it comes to getting appointments and stuff. So it's gonna be hell in a few years down the road. And I suppose like the only thing I could say to that age is just like, you know, do something you love and put your effort into that outside of your studies. Do even if you're playing football, just play it. Do all on your own or whatever. Do something that's write music, write lyrics, write poetry, use some form of artistic expression, whether it even be pretending to be a fucking farmer on your phone. Do something, you know what I mean? Do something, get something. My kind of philosophy on life is always I think my biggest fear is to impart and leave this earth without having left a kind of mark on it. That can be anything. That can be a poem that was printed in paper, a local paper. At least something that you could break your great grandson and go, look, your great granddad wrote this poem about you or about me 150 years ago. And to have that is like having a hand to your grandfather through time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You know what there, Steve? You've actually reminded me of something as you were speaking. I didn't actually even. I think none of the boys actually know this, or not most of the people. I think it's just between me and a few people who I spoke to. I also had a breakdown myself. I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, it was months ago, and obviously right now I'm on the journey of recovery, but I didn't tell a lot of people, and maybe it's even that's my fault. That's a Malawian mentality in me. But I spoke to somebody, and they were very professional, and somebody referred me to somebody via phone. I had a number. They kept on texting me. They had a phone call with me. It had to do with me sitting in an environment where I couldn't go anywhere. I was just stuck at home, and as just because in our family we lost our dad, and when we lost our dad, we never had anybody sit there talk to us. Believe it or not, after he died, I was brought all the way from a plane straight the next day at home. Saw his dead body in my TV room, or in the coffin. After that, goodbye. Immediately, I was handed his keys, his wallet, his belt, and told that, oh, you're the firstborn. You go ahead and look after your family. Now, I had two sisters to look after, a brother to look after. Things didn't go so well. My sisters went to England. Me and my brother stayed. We started drinking every day. Nobody was asking us why we're drinking. They were just saying, they're drinking. Yeah, I actually met Fred. They were just saying, they're drinking.
A couple of times.
Yeah, they're spending their dad's money. But me and my brother, when we sit down, we were mostly breaking down and we were saying, why has this happened to us? Why this? But nobody spoke to us. So I took all this baggage, which I suppressed inside me, came in months ago. I don't know what happened. All the time I've always said I'm strong. I always smile. Things just came together, and boom, that was my breakdown. And I just broke down for the whole week. And if I didn't speak to this guy, I think I was heading towards some
Or
point which I
suicide.
don't think was going to be great. Yeah, because I even had my own boss ask me that, "Are you fine? How you doing?" Because at that time, I don't know if people noticed me, but I was just not in the right place, and that's what you keep saying. That maybe sometimes it's good to do things, be out there, have a walk. Because the guy on the phone told me the same thing. It's like you've never spoken to anybody about that. He spoke to me how it went. He's like, how did you feel? How did you feel? Somebody just handed you keys. How have you been? Have you ever spoken to your mom? I was like, no. I feel embarrassed because I'm the firstborn. If I speak to my mom, she'll be like, you're the firstborn. Be responsible. You're a man now. So I just remember what you just said there. That sometimes it's good to do other things because right now I have started going out running for the first time. After I gained weight, I didn't run for so long. So I've been doing these exercises, doing my diet, started reading books. It sort of helped me, but believe it or not, I was going the wrong way myself also. So I just remembered, as you said, it's good to do other things. It's the same words the guy told me on the phone, which inspired me right now to actually say, you know what, let me change and put everything down. But yeah, that's all I wanted to just add with the guys here.
Well, to be
Well,
honest, you're not alone. Like I've had suicidal thoughts like twice so far. That was in 2013 when I came to Ireland, and I pretty much lost my mother, and I didn't have anyone to support me, and I was trying to figure out, and I was from coming like I think 2013, 2012. I was like had a breakup and everything of that sort, and I thought, well, you know what, I don't have anything now, and all I can do is just step out of this world. And I remember that night I stayed up and I was just drinking and drinking, and we were living in apartments which the balcony was overlooking the it's more of a pond, a huge pond that goes around the premises. And I was
I remember.
thinking
I
to
think the
myself,
place. Yeah.
yeah, and I was thinking to myself, I said, if I jumped here, they'd probably find my body in the water and everything and stuff like that. And I don't know what really happened at that moment. Then, well, because I was standing there at the edge, and then I walked back into the apartment, and I just sat down like on the table, and I just broke down. And one of my friends came through, and then we had a chat, and then he didn't know what was happening, and I fought through that myself. And then moving forward, like I just started working on my life, and I was just like, improve my life in this way. And then recently last year, like COVID happened, and there I was laid off and everything. And then I was thinking to myself, so what's the next plan in life and everything. And as Steve was saying there, it's like over in Ireland they don't really take it serious. Like you have to go through so many stages to talk to people, the support team of emergency if there's any like mental health issues and stuff like that. And I text them and I say, you know what, I feel a bit suicidal, and I don't feel like being around. That was around, I think, in May. And they text me back and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not okay. I feel like something bad's gonna happen. And they're just like, how do you feel? And I was like, I just told you I'm not okay. And then what I did was I just deleted the text and just closed that. Didn't write back because that didn't really help me. And I feel that you are right to say that the support system when it comes to mental health issues in Ireland, it really doesn't work right, because there's so many paths that really need to be eliminated, because it's a barrier where sometimes people that are depressed don't talk, and
yeah,
people that are stressed now don't know that the path to that leads to depression, and then you just break down and you're gone. So
yeah,
there is no one else to hold you at that stage. There is no one else to hold you to say, let's go back and try to fix this thing. Because when you're in big problems around here, as you figure out yourself. So when it comes to mental health issues, it is like every person goes through it, but it's yourself to break through from that situation, because I've seen myself going through it twice, and there wasn't anyone, even if I tried to explain to my friends and everyone, like they don't get that last step to say, you know what, I could actually just exit this, and
Mm.
I don't want to be a burden to you or whoever is listening to me. So we are here, but like Patrick said, like he feared to talk to us, and not actually fear, but he just didn't find the confidence to talk to us, because
Yeah.
then we didn't give him that opportunity for him to have confidence in us to talk about it, and that's where we would say that we are a problem ourselves, where we don't give people a chance to talk to us.
Absolutely, especially as males, like as men, because I grew up in an area like West Side, and it didn't have a bad reputation, or it didn't have a good reputation years ago. Like if someone said they had something with their mental health, you slag them, you slag the living shit out of them. That's what you do. We slag everyone every day, and that's what we do. That's what we still do today with a lot of my friends. Like, as soon as they call into the door, I'm going to ride your out one. You know what I mean? It's straight on constant. You know what I mean? So to come out in that kind of environment and go, I was thinking of killing myself. You just wouldn't do it. You might touch on it sort of in a roundabout way when you be odd job. But it's never again, just again. It's that kind of way. When you try to, like, the biggest step in the world is to fucking come out and say it. To say to yourself that there's a problem here. I'm afraid of at this moment. And when you take that step, get back to help you, most it's like that's like the tree branching and you're holding yourself over a river, because you're grasping at that. If that's not there, it's like it's the world saying back to you, you're alone. You know what I mean? And that is a scary thing. And then it's just you and your brain after that. And it's life and death. It's you thinking of ways to have the courage. Like I was going to do it, and I was angry at myself because I was too cowardly to do it. I was actually angry at myself. I was pissed off and really depressed because I didn't do it. Stop me. Like, I went to chase through the city. They blocked off a street. I turned, I put it into reverse. I was going to flake around again. And then I said, fuck it first. And I just went down to them, and they said, look, you need help. And I was like, yes, please. You know what I mean? And I was angry at myself because I didn't do it. That's kind of like I fucking, like, it's almost like I wasted everyone else's time and I didn't do it. In the psychiatric unit. And they took my phone, they took it off me. And, like, I was like pleading with them. I was like, I need to be home. My brother's there, my dad's gonna mind me. There's people at home. I'm in here on my own with no telly, with no phone, no nothing. And it fell on deaf ears, and the doctor was just like, he was English, which made it worse, and he goes like, you have to stay for the night. And I said, look, if you're going to stay here, I'm gonna fucking break this place up, and I'm gonna break you up. And that's what I said to him. I just want, not out of life. I wanted to be at home. It was a very traumatic thing, and I wanted to be back here. I wanted to be here with my brother and tea and shit, and just you know what I mean. Like, they were waiting for me, my brown car with books, and I just wanted to be able to leave with him. You know what I mean? And I wasn't allowed. But one doctor came in later on that evening, and he sat down on the bed and he started chatting with me, and he was really, really nice. And he goes, Steve, just stay here for the night. You'll be released in the morning. We just have to do that because for your own safety. And he explained it a bit better. He didn't just say, well, like the other doctor, like, you can do what you want, you're stronger then, that kind of fucking way. He explained what was rationale for holding me. And I accepted that. And I ate great, but I sleep and woke up and went home then, so it was, it's always a sympathetic better than anything in the situation.
What was your biggest decision that you made in that situation? To just
probably not to suppose the biggest decision was to I suppose hand myself in and not do the opposite, which was there was two options going through my head to flee the other way and to reverse and speed up and crash into them and take whatever out, just take me out and take them out, like everything, which would have been like looking back at it now, could you imagine the stain that would leave on my family name for generations, that I was the fella who killed 4 guards and guard or 6 guards, and they what did they do to deserve that? We're only trying to tell, you know what I mean? But I wasn't in a right mental state, and I wasn't me.
It's crazy when we talk about it. Like to say, you know, like we all fear to shame our families in a way. We all live up to, you know, continue the family name as in, you know, with respect. And I feel that is a big issue as well. Like going forward, like in the world, like where you have so much pressure, and you look on the internet and you see everyone's doing great. Everyone's, you know, just having the time of their life, and you look at yourself and you say there is no progress there. We don't like I don't see any results coming through, you know, my way and everything. And it's just in that situation, that's where it's really tough, because people are hiding behind phones and they don't know where to go and what to do with their life, because
Completely fabricated make-believe worlds. Like, could you imagine just a young African American base girl who's getting bullied?
yep.
Like, when she goes onto her Instagram, what is she? She's seeing this complete distortion of what beautiful is. She's seeing everyone living brilliant lives. Everyone standing beside cars that they don't fucking own, or that they're music for music videos. You know what I mean? So like, and then people foster that then to prey on them, to sell them things. You can be these people. You will be happy if you have the Ferrari. You will be sexy if you wear this shit. You know what I mean? We onto the authorities to fucking sell produce, and that's our system. Our whole system, taking advantage of people's insecurities to sell them crap they don't fucking need, that will never bring you happiness. Like I have an okay car. I had 3 cars at the fucking time for reasons I don't know, but like at that time, that night, no money in the earth, no car was making me feel happier, not wanting to kill myself. Had
Wow.
a physical possession was consoling my heart into town driving. You know, none of those things mattered for shit.
So it's a situation. How do you handle, you know, just like online bullying? Because that really messes up people's, you know, mentality of situations like.
I get this for it a lot, but I screenshot it. And
that's what I was.
Let whatever happen. Fuck them. They're going to go on my page and they're going to threaten my family or make fun of my brother who has a disability. And if you lose, or your girlfriend leaves you, or you get all your social media deleted, I don't give a fuck. Because if he said that's the least thing that's going to happen to him, because he's just to my face in town, then it's going to be a different whole kettle. You know what I mean? So he's very lucky that it's me online this into him, because if it was in real life, he'd be sorry.
I was gonna.
Ovi knows that too well.
Say that one time.
I was gonna ask you more in terms of that, but just in terms of what's going on right now. What do you feel needs to be done to actually just nip cyberbullying in the bud? Just stop this. Obviously, people are starting to boycott social media to make a stand.
I don't think ever eliminate bullying. I really don't think we can never eliminate it. Like there's always one or two. There's always the prime. And he comes from like he's insecure, or he's learning that at home. Because a lot of studies, that they're mirroring what they see at home. they're probably being bullied by blah blah blah, and then there's the along with it because he's the protection that he offers me protection. You know what I mean? So it's a horrible part of human society, but I don't think ever eliminated. But in the olden days, if you were being at least you got home from to your house and hang around with your stayed or street or in your town or village. But now you can't escape it because of social media. Your school friends are coming home with your bedroom. They're on your phone. They're always theirs.
Yeah,
they never get that. You know that you don't get that little bit of peace. Like people are always going to set up files so you can keep taking them down, but kids do them. They set up fake profiles to target me and stuff, and it's just going to happen. And what can you do? But like, it goes back to education. It goes back to not only say it, but to practice which is worst thing when people people go, people be saying that, and then they mock a person with Down syndrome, the telly, in the same fucking sentence. Practice what don't just say it as lip service and then be acting in a way that the kid sees bullying as normal.
And it's also that thing, like, about social media, like everybody's on their phones, like you mentioned. I think with the parents are to blame as well, because let the children go play outside, because nowadays kids at 6 years old have a phone, 10 years old, they're busy, have a mobile out there, like switching numbers. They're on Facebook, Instagram, they're looking at TikTok, trying to imitate Beyonce, or all these things. As they're growing up, it builds up a character like, I have to look a certain way to please a certain type of people, So that's where a lot of people, like you said, are insecure. They just want to feed off other people's pain, to make them themselves feel better. So that's
sad. It's really sad that a young teenager judge their value in life on how many likes they got Instagram post. Like, that is really, really sad.
It's ridiculous, you know what I mean? As in,
reduce the entirety of human behavior, ingenuity down to likes on an Instagram post. And they'll be in the schoolyard the next day going, I got 1,000 likes, on my post, and I got 600. I got 4. You know what I mean? And it's
stupid.
So interesting.
When I was younger, like when I was in around the house. Never mind watching telly. If in the house, it was a sunny day outside, my mother is kicking me outdoor. It's like go out and play football. Go away.
It's the same as us as well.
Run out. Fuck out.
No, it's the same like us as well. When we were young, like if you come back from school, like your parents have to go looking for you. They have to go asking around.
And it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. They have to go around looking for you. Like, where the hell is this? Like, you leave, if it's a weekend, you're off, no school. You leave the house in the morning after your tea, and they won't see you again until late at night, where they have to look searching for you. Like, where the hell is this little boy?
Yeah, when I was on my stage years ago, like the lads would be calling in to be at 8, and we'd be going up the fields and up the building sites. You didn't really need to be told. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, would you say like maybe kids spend too much time with themselves, like alone with their thoughts, than we used to back in the days?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. Some of them do, and some of them don't. I suppose some of them. I don't know. That may be a part of the issue. They don't spend their thoughts. They're spending time on the screen, so they're not acting.
Yeah.
Kids are learning to be comfortable. Like a kid in the room anymore with silence for 30 seconds. I can't do it.
No, as in I meant in a way, like like social bullying. A lot of them, they're just in their rooms, bottling up just by themselves without interacting. Because when you're around people, you're there. You have no time to be looking at Twitter or whatever. No time to be thinking like, Stacey said this on my picture. I feel so bad, because you're busy like running around, playing tag and all this.
Yeah.
But when you're at home in your room, you don't want your mom to knock in her own house on your door, and then you're there looking at all these negative things and nobody to. You just feel like the world is against you. I mean, in that type of sense.
So, yeah, especially if you literally are on your, as I said, home, your bedroom with you.
So if you, for you, Steve, for someone who is, let's say, to the people that are going, who are seeing this, and there's someone who's going through something like that, they probably haven't said it to anyone, but maybe they do get every now and then they have that feeling of mental breakdown or depression or anything like that. What would you like for anxiety? If for a person that has gone through this, what word, in a sentence, what would you say to someone right now who's seeing this and has never came to say to someone about how they feel? It happens to them, they go again, smile again, someday they go into that situation. I know there are people today that are going through this type of mental health problems. They've never said it to someone, and maybe now it's 4 years. They might have phases. Sometimes they're okay, and sometimes they smile. They think, oh, now I work through it, and they think they move on, and then it happens again. What would you say before we go to the end of this? What would you say to someone out there that is going to see it from a person like you who's been through mental?
I would say reach out to anyone that you trust. That's hard to do. The alternative is a lot worse than the act of reaching out. And if you don't trust someone, I know a lot of teenagers have messaged me. They can't go to their GP and find out, and they can't tell their parents because they won't accept. So they're stuck in that nowhere phase. But I would just say to reach out to even your GP, or even for people that's now message. Be a fucking message. That's the talk. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm any of you guys, like, throw anyone a message. Sometimes it's better to talk to a stranger who don't fear their judgment, whereas you might fear your judgment or your friend's judgment.
Sure. We really appreciate it. I think this was a very good session. We really needed to tackle this mental health topic, and with a special guest as we have there. His name is Stevo Timothy, former Michael. You can check him out as well on YouTube. Sir Stevo.
Don't check me out.
If the people want to enjoy the crack and the laugh that you have on the YouTube it's Stevo Timothy. Lots of videos that you can laugh at out there. I mean many of them as well too. So yeah,
you are.
A good feel. And I really Black Party, that's it. And really appreciate to Steve for taking your time to actually join us on 5 rounds. You know what I mean? And to help us with this. And he was no right person for this. We needed you as a big one of the advocate. I understood mental health more because of you, because of how you explain your stories, the way you say your things about it. That's when I understood that. Well, so this thing actually can happen, because I know you in person, of a person where you are 24/7. Woo. I never until when I heard your whole story, when I was like, so this guy actually passed this type of mental suffering and still like this,
But that's when you have a very age, you become a master of hiding it. Become a master of hiding, because if you have anxiety and you're young, hide that shit. So you act outwardly. You steal, you rob cars, you go to jail, and did, because we're trying to act. They put their child for fucking macho. You know what I mean? Inside I was fucking dying, and so you become a master of hiding.
Okay.
Down the bad road.
Yeah.
Okay, once again, to wrap this up, thank you very much, Stevo, for coming on. The 5 rounds team appreciates your presence, and I am sure our viewers are going to love this.
That was very insightful.
You have really given us an insight, and we wanna catch you on the next topic, of course, or as a viewer, or even as part of the team. You never know.
Politics.
Don't worry. I'll bully him again into coming on, no matter what. Otherwise, I know where he lives. I'll go down there, break the windows, break the car. So, you know what I mean? I know where he is.
Hold on a minute. We just spoke about mental health. Like, what's going on? All right,